Howdy folks, Stray Cat 74 here. Welcome back to the basement of Solitude. Yes, I know it's been a while. I've been working my rear end off, and for the last 3 weeks I have not had air conditioning in my work truck. During this little heat wave we've had in, what is this, May? Yeah, it's May. It's the end of May. It's Memorial Day at the end of May. I'm having trouble thinking because I went almost 48 hours without sleep. I won't get into that right now. I'm not going to get into that at all. That's all personal stuff and work, and that's not why I'm here. I guess you could say I'm here because my mommy and my daddy decided to, okay, we're not going there either. Got a couple things for you. Yes, I know I'm a little bit of a variety channel. And YouTube, for whatever reason, does not like variety. So I'm going to give you a pair of quotes. A jack of all trades is a master of none, is the popular quote. Or a jack of all trades, comma, a master of none. That's the incorrect thing. The full quote is a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oft times better than the master of one. I'm a jack of all trades. I can do anything I can put my hands to. I've been a short order cook, a chef's assistant at a 3-star restaurant, a blacksmith, a ditch digger, a stay-at-home dad, carpenter, plumber, electrician, certified diesel mechanic, auto mechanic, motorcycle mechanic, computer consultant. I've done networking. I've written fiction, I've written nonfiction, I've sat here, twiddled my thumbs, and stared at the wall. Yeah, I can do just about anything. I've done my own gunsmithing. I've designed ultralight aircraft. I designed a moon base that would take longer to explain than it did for me to come up with the idea. And I submitted it to NASA and got a reply. That all being said, that brings me to my second quote, and this is one of my favorite quotes from Robert Heinlein. A human being should be able to change a diaper, plan an invasion, butcher a hog, con a ship, design a building, write a sonnet, balance accounts, build a wall, set a bone, comfort the dying, take orders, give orders, cooperate, act alone, solve equations, analyze a new problem, pitch manure, crappy job, program a computer, cook a tasty meal, fight effectively, and die gallantly. Specialization is for insects. Now that being said, it's kind of hard to argue with a specialist in their field. Anything outside of their field, they're probably idiots. Me, I'm a general specialist. I do everything. I do some gun stuff. I do home brewing, blacksmith. Like I said, I do it all. So, but most of what people are interested in on my channel is not all the excess and sundry, it's the gun stuff. We'll get to that in a minute. And yeah, I actually do have a new gun to show you. But first, Brian and Derica over at City Steading did a mead using this tea, this exact tea. I'm not getting paid by them, so I won't advertise, but it's called Lapsang Souchong, and it's a black tea, whole leaf tea from these guys, and it's hard to describe because the only two words that come to mind when you first imbibe or first smell it And yes, I brewed myself some tea. It's 6:30 in the morning and I'm not drinking coffee. Mark this on your calendar. A little bit of honey, a little bit of creamer, uh, just enough to cool it down, because that was boiling water here just a couple of minutes ago, right before I sat down to set up this. So it's cooled a bit. The first two words that come to mind is smoked bacon. Because, well, it's absolutely no surprise whatsoever. My sinuses are garbage. My sinuses are almost always clogged. So one of the very few things I can actually smell, always, no matter how trace, is smoke. Like a campfire. If I'm walking along or driving along and somebody's out, burning garbage or burning leaves or, whatever, I can smell it. Even when my sinuses clog like they are now. I can always smell smoke. At one point in time, we had a wood stove in our house when I was growing up. And it's the one thing, one of the smells I will never be able to forget. And it actually conjures some pleasant memories. Not like a lot. That's just my life. But smoke. So smoked bacon. I like bacon. I love the smell of bacon. I love the taste of bacon. There almost isn't anything about bacon that I don't love, except when it goes bad. Somebody tried to feed me bad bacon once. I refused to eat it. They threw a hissy fit. Everybody else in the house ate it and got sick. Food poisoning. Yeah. But in any case, smoked bacon is what you get off of this. After that, there's a odd but not unpleasant herbal taste. I mean, it's a tea. I mean, really, herbal? It's a tea. Who would have thought? Really? You get this odd herbal taste. It's not unpleasant. It's just not something I'm used to. When I do tea, great, there we go again. We're dipping down in the southern. When I'm tired, my southern accent comes out more. And I only spent 10 years down in Georgia and 2 years in Virginia. So, and a year and a half, almost 2 years in Tennessee, in Knoxville specifically. So if my accent sounds screwed up, that's why. When I'm talking about my tea. Let me see if I can describe this. If you were to go out in your backyard and you were to pick bacon off your bacon bush, and it was a smoked bacon bush, that's what this would smell like. You have that rich, smoky flavor, which is why I like some of the scotch that I like. Matter of fact, just because I can, let's see. Port Charlotte, heavily peated. Lagavulin 16, my absolute favorite. Peat Monster by Compass Box, which is really interesting, by the way. And, well, Ardbegs. So, I like smoky scotch, probably because of the smoke, and Ardbeg is about as smoky as you can get. I'll put those back up later. So, Yeah, campfires, smoky scotch, smoky tea, smoky bacon tea, applewood smoked bacon. That's thick cut. Oh, sorry. You don't need to see me doing that. But if you were to go out in your backyard to the smoked bacon bush, that's what this smells like. So, Brian and Derica over at City Steady made a mead using this exact brand of Lapsang Souchong. Let me see if I can. There we go. Lapsang Souchong black tea. It's pretty good. I've been on the road for 2 weeks. It's been 4 weeks without air conditioning. It's been rough. But as far as what do I put in my tea? Normally, the only thing I put in my tea is honey and lemon. And when I'm doing Earl Grey, that's fine. Drop a couple of ice cubes in there just to cool it off a little bit. Just drop it down to the point where I can drink it without burning myself. I'm very temperature sensitive. 104-degree hot tub is too hot for me. My mother used to wash dishes in pure hot water, and it'd be like 160 degrees, and it would burn me. My arms would come out red just by reaching in to grab the stopper to let out some of the water. So, yeah, I'm sensitive about certain things. I also don't like bright light. You may have noticed I keep my room dark for a reason. Bright lights hurt my eyes. High temperatures hurt me. Cold temperature doesn't bother me so much until it gets below freezing, or there's a lot, or the wind chill hits. Like, you see me walk around in shorts and t-shirt, and that's pretty much what I wear down to about 40 degrees. Until the wind gets over like 25 or 30 miles an hour, in which case I'll put on socks and long pants. Maybe a light jacket just as a windbreaker. I'm weird. But once it drops below freezing, yeah, I bundle up just like everybody else. In this tea is some, maybe an ounce of Barkman's honey. That's like 3 tablespoons. Well, maybe it was only 2. I didn't exactly measure. I just waited for it to pour. And when it looked about right, I stirred it in. Then I added a little bit of creamer, non-dairy creamer, that's in the refrigerator just to cool it down enough that I can drink it. Other than that, I get a little bit of honey from the honey, go figure, from Barkman's, and then the rest of it is all tea. Wow, that is amazing. With the honey, take smoked bacon, glaze it in honey before you cook it, or drizzle a little bit of honey after you cook it. And that's what this tastes like. I mean, it's like drinking your breakfast. And if I put some scotch in here, I would be drinking my breakfast. I'll save that for later. But speaking of saving things for later, I promised you a gun thing. Last time I was home, we went to the pawn shop. Surprise, surprise. The pawn shop's one of my brother's favorite places to shop. I like to go in there, browse a little bit, look at some of the guns, and 99 times out of 100, nothing appeals to me, and I walk out without spending any money. Not wasting money on crap. And then every once in a while, let's see, my 357, my 44 Magnum, this little thing right over here. You walk up to the counter, you see it, you say, let me see that. You put it in your hand and say, to my brother who's across the room, I'm buying a new gun. Yes, that is a phone case. Yes, the phone case came with this. Matter of fact, it came in the phone case. This is something I've wanted since I worked at IBM. And Bond Arms came out with their Snake Slayer. Well, this is not a Snake Slayer. This is the Roughneck. Now, first thing I'm going to do is flip this lever here, which releases the barrel. You can see that pop up. Now, it's a top brake, and you can see it was loaded. This is a 357 Magnum. It'll also shoot 38 Special. So now that it is unloaded, matter of fact, let's do this so you can see it is, in fact, unloaded. Close, pinch, locks back into place. Excuse me. It has a cross bolt safety here. This side is safe. This side you push in and that's on fire. And since it is unloaded, I'm going to, let's see, I don't know if I can show this. Ah, there you go. See, you can see where it blocks the hammer there. It's a hammer block safety. Just because I have the safety on doesn't mean I'm going to dry fire this. I've got a couple of 357 snap caps, and this thing does not have a bad trigger at all. But you can see just how small this thing is. It is, however, and I'm going to turn slightly so you can see just how fat that is. That's pretty damn fat. Now, that's about as fat as my 1911. But because this is a 357 Magnum, you want that surface area to dig into your palm, because this thing's going to go off like a miniature explosion in your hand. And no, I'm not keeping my finger extended like that. The muzzle flash would take the end of my finger off. If you'll notice here, there is a hex nut. You undo that hex nut, the entire barrel assembly comes off, and I can switch calibers or lengths of barrel. They have from 2.5 inch, which is what this one is, all the way up to 6 inches, which is stupid long. But if that's what you want, that's what you can get for this thing. They have larger grips. I haven't looked into buying any of those yet because I've only had this about 2 weeks. These are rubberized grip panels. They come off. I can put on larger grips so that it would fill my meaty hands to go along with my smoky, meaty tea. Oh, there's 2 roll pins right there. Interesting. I hadn't noticed these roll pins here. You can completely see through them. Interesting. Yeah, you can tell I've only just woke up and I haven't had enough sleep. I'm getting distracted. As far as the sight picture goes, there's a notch here and there's a very fat blade up front. No, I haven't had a chance to fire this. But let me see if I can do this without. I'm trying to not point it at myself. That's what the sight picture looks like when you're looking down across the top of the firearm. And yeah, I know it is unloaded. It's a safety thing. 4 rules of firearm safety. You know, don't point this at. Always treat these as if they're loaded. Never point it at anything you don't want to destroy. Those are the first 2 goddamn rules. So, I'm actually going to reload this. Drop. Drop. Loaded. Unsafe. And whoever the previous owner was of this had a wicked, interesting idea putting it in a little phone case, because at first glance, that hanging on your belt, most people aren't going to think, hey, is that a gun? I mean, they'll see the front sight there. Maybe they won't know what it is. They'll see this sticking out here. Maybe they'll think it's some kind of a knife. It's not a knife. So, in case you're wondering, no, I'm not going to tell you how many firearms I own. It's not enough, because I actually know how many guns I have now. It's the old saying, if you know how many guns you have, you don't have enough. So, life update, tea update, gun update, Scotch update. Ardbeg 10. This was the Christmas 3-pack. Oh, this is going to be so good. Ardbeg 10. Wee Beastie, which is Ardbeg 5. And then the last one, I've tried this a couple of times, but I'm not quite sure where I stand on it. This is An Oa. This is one I have to come back to, because I don't remember where I stand on it. And I mean, there's Corey Vekin, there's Ugadal is the other one that everybody seems to love. And I haven't been able to find either one of those 2. There's the Black, which I'd like to get a hold of. It sounded wonderful. Basically, if it's Ardbeg, I want to try it. It's smoky Scotch. Of course I want to try it. Let's see. Try. Oh, fuck. All over my computer. All over the mouse pad. All along the watchtower. Wait, no, that's the wrong thing. Anyway, Ardbeg in Lapsang Souchon with honey and cream. I think I'm in love. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I'm going to tack on my usual ending thing here, so it tells you to do all the YouTuber stuff. And have a good one. We'll catch you next time. If you liked today's video, folks, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, tick the little bell icon for all notifications, and remember to share this on all your social media platforms so your friends can enjoy my content as well. Thank you.